It was always talked about the people who were OT could read your mind and they could move objects at will, and they could, they were cause over matter, energy, space, and time. So it sounded damn good to me. I mean, I thought, wow, this is great.
I finally get to OT3, and they give me the secret materials, which you've been hearing about all this time. They're handwritten by Hubbard. You have to keep them in a locked briefcase. Be very cautious, because they've always said if this gets out, it's dangerous to people. It can actually do them harm if they are not adequately prepared. And I read it. And it doesn't make any sense.
This garbled story that didn't make sense.
I remember for one fleeting second thinking, well, maybe it's an insanity test. Maybe if you believe this, they kick you out. Maybe that's it. That, of course, is not the case. They talk about, the fact that the Earth was created at such and such trillions of years ago, and this guy, space guy.
Galactic overlord. This was the prison planet, and people being caught and captured and being brought to planet Earth.
And put them in volcanoes and then blow them up with A-bombs.
Whoa. I studied geography in school. Those volcanoes didn't exist 75 million years ago. And
we have these lost souls all over us, and we have to get rid of them. And I'm going, what? The fuck are you talking about? I'm down for the self-help stuff. I'm down for, okay, I can be clear. I can get rid of the negative emotions. But what the fuck is this?
When you get to the upper levels of Scientology, the creation myth is explained to you. The story is that 75 million years ago, people lived in a world very much like the world of America in the 1950s.
People at that particular time and space were walking around in clothes which looked very remarkably like the clothes they wear at this very minute. And the cars they drove looked exactly the same. And they walked down streets that looked like these streets.
It was a very similar world and similar problems, one of which was overpopulation.
They had elected a fellow by the name of Xenu to the supreme ruler.
There was a tyrannical overlord of the Galactic Confederacy named Xenu. In order to resolve this problem of overpopulation, he called people in, ostensibly for tax audits, and had them frozen with injections of glycol to their heart.
Boxed them up in boxes, threw them into space planes. DC-8 airplane is the exact copy of the space plane of that day.
They were flown to the prison planet, Tegeac. It's actually the planet Earth. And these frozen bodies were then dropped into volcanoes.
And then they set off hydrogen bombs on the top of each volcano.
And their disembodied spirits, these are called Thetans, floated out, and they were captured and forced to sit in front of movie screens.
With a 3D super colossal motion picture.
They were shown images, implants, as Hubbard would have it.
Every man is shown crucified. So is the psychiatrist shown crucified. That's how he gets away with what he gets away with. He electric shocks people.
And when a child is born, a Thetan will leap inside the child's body at that very instant, and it becomes like the child's soul. More than one Thetan might crowd into the body. Hundreds or thousands might. They're the source of all of our neuroses and fears and anxieties.